A new study showed that fasting and eating at the right time extended the lifespan of mice by up to 35%. Feeding strictly during nighttime when mice are the most active was able to extend the lifespan of lab mice by more than 3 times as much as caloric restriction alone. But why does eating behavior affect lifespan? And what does that mean for people who regularly have sudden midnight snacks? Experiments dating back to the 1930s have shown that a reduced calorie diet extends lifespan in every species wherein this phenomenon has been studied. More recent research has shown that periods of fasting and restricting eating to active hours also boost health. In a recent study, scientists decided to observe the effects of caloric restriction, fasting, and the timing of meals on lifespan and health. They tracked the lifespan and health of different groups of mice over 4 years. Most caloric restriction experiments to date have involved feeding lab mice, which are nocturnal animals, on a daytime schedule that matches their human caretakers. In this study, however, the team of scientists used automatic feeders to avoid this. They wanted to observe how caloric restriction and the circadian clock can work together to extend the lifespan of mice. So, how were the mice affected? During this study, the scientists were able to observe the following. Mice that ate as much and whenever they wanted lived nearly 800 days, which is the average lifespan for their species. But for mice with a reduced calorie diet, their lives extended to an average of 875 days. Also, mice that were fed reduced calorie diets only during daylight hours, contrary to their circadian clock, lived nearly 20% longer, which is an average of 959 days. The group of mice that lived the longest were the ones that were fed only during nighttime, which is the time when mice are most active since they are nocturnal animals. The mice that were fed during the time that matched their active circadian rhythm lived an average of 1,068 days, which is about 35% longer than the category of mice with no controlled food and eating restrictions. The study revealed that the timing of eating is the most important factor when trying to extend the lifespan through a reduced calorie diet. Another important aspect of these observations was that body weight was not affected by the pattern or time of eating. There were no differences in body weight among the different low-calorie groups, despite the substantial differences in their observed lifespan. This shows that low body weight is not necessarily a predictor of good health or a longer lifespan. Further observations showed that the mice that lived the longest had significantly better metabolic health, with higher insulin sensitivity and blood sugar stability. Normally, these mice are vulnerable to diseases and various forms of cancer. However, fasting and eating at the right time significantly improved their health. The scientists believe that their new findings should pave the way to investigate circadian clocks as potential targets to delay aging. These experiments held impressive results for lab mice, but if these new findings apply to humans whose circadian rhythm is active during the day, the scientists believe we might want to rethink whether we really want a midnight snack. Many humans apply something similar in their daily lives, which is known as intermittent fasting. Essentially, it works on the same principle of restricting food and eating at the right times only. This has been proven to be beneficial to the body and also helps you lose weight. However, to maximize this benefit, scientists hope to integrate their findings to develop new dieting programs that could eventually lead us to extend our lifespan and improve our health.